flipping commercial. Hey, Daniel. Tyler, what are you doing in here, boy? I hope I'm wrong, Sasquatch. Hey, Tyler, did your house get broke when the storms came through? You saw the title. So when I put scary, okay. So when I put scary titles up, you're going to come in here. And other than that, you're not going to come over. Well, does your mom know you're on YouTube? Everybody say hello to my grandson. Hey, Sasquatch. And Carol, let's see, we got Carol, Daniel, D-Day, Sasquatch. Anyways, buddy, I love that you're here and everything, but this probably ain't the best time for you to listen to what your pop-pop's got to say. Okay, buddy? You can call me on the phone after a while if you want to. You do have my number, right? All right. Can you tell me you love me on here? Can you type the words I love you, Pop Pop? Hey, Carol, LS, Andre. Thoughts of an old soldier. Thank you. Love you too, boy. Love you too, Sasquatch. Hey, Dad on YouTube. All right. Really hope the boy's gone. I wonder if he's preempting me or whatever. Maybe fixing to make a complete fool of myself. Which wouldn't be all that hard to believe for some folks. But yeah. I have grown up listening to the mouth that sets in, well, I've grown old, or rather, listen to the mouth that is setting in the position of supreme leader in IRN in hello, Atlas, and anybody else that I'm going to miss while I'm looking down at the table trying to formulate these words. Oh, if you had been in the live stream last night, which is it's unlisted, you can't go back and watch it. So, had like a little after show chat thing after the Bible study. in was explaining that I've been having some really wicked dreams, and I'm not claiming to be a prophet or anything like that. That's one job I would never want to have. But people, the situation over there is worse than I can ever remember it being. The stakes involved over there with the situation over there are higher than they have ever been in the history of the world. You can blame it on big oil and the top 1% of the 1% wanting to take over the economy or whatever, influence, political, whatever. It doesn't matter what, who, the reasons. It doesn't, none of that matters. The simple fact that it's as bad as it is, if you aren't prepping, if you're not prepping, if you don't have food and water put up, if you don't have something to stack in front of your door, if you don't have fire extinguishers, if you don't have some way to heat your home other than the stuff coming from the magic line under the house and the magic line over the house, you're going to be in a world of hurt. I don't care what touches it off, but if it goes this time, it will go global. Um, Now, the Ayatollah's right. We are stretched thin. I don't think we've lost our ability to wage war. We haven't actually waged real war over there yet. Well, we did the first 11 months after uh, President Trump took office. He told the general, okay, what do you got to do? And the general told him, and Trump said, okay, do it. And then the next thing you know, the ISIS wasn't that big an issue in Syria anymore. So that's the difference. We have a guy in there, whether you love him or hate him, whatever, whether you think he's a puppet or whatever, doesn't matter. The guy that's in there now is not going to back down. And that's a problem. Does anybody else have the circle of death on the screen? I said the Ayatollah word. Um, is anybody getting the stream, or is it shut down for everybody? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Chip. All right. So, it's not about whether or not you got the right flashlight anymore. Had never really been. I mean, it was fun. Uh, but I mean, it's oh man, it's time to get serious. If they square up and say we're not gonna, the people over there whose name I'm not gonna say again because it's messing with my string, and our guy squares up and says, "Well, we're not gonna budge either," and it goes to all out. We're gonna make a parking lot. Then there are people on the other side of the globe would be like, "Oh, you can't park cars there," and they're going to stop, try to stop the construction. To make a parking lot, first you got to get rid of the old crappy buildings that are in the way, and evict people and stuff so you can tear down their houses and make a parking lot. Okay, there's a couple of countries over there that depend a great deal on the energy supply to them from said parking lot. So it could go global, like, I don't know, overnight. Um, and it would be bad. No, uh, I made I typed in 4 letters into the search bar. I typed in an I, and then I typed in an R, and then I typed in an A, and then I typed in an N, and then I hit search, and then I clicked the news, and then I read some stuff, some 4 or 5, 6 articles over the past 3 days. I was like, oh man, okay, that explains a lot. Um, Man, that circle is so annoying. Um, so then I went back and I just opened the Drudge Report, which is showing me nothing. I'm like, okay, there's nothing on here. This is where I get my news. There's nothing on here. None of the stuff that I just read is on here. Um, People, back when William was in office and he was budging a blue dress, okay, that's all the news was talking about was that blue dress. And the man got away with one of the biggest criminal fraud scams ever. He was fixing to go to prison. And then the next thing you know, there's an affair. He got a BJ in the Oval Office and he rent some young gal's blue dress. That's all the news talked about. And then everybody but him went to prison. Okay? That was a misdirect. To this day, I don't think it ever happened. Okay? I don't think the guy was that big a player. All right? Now then, Mueller resigns. He's not ready to retire. He spends 2 years trying to destroy somebody's reputation. Can't do it. And never once says that there's any evidence that he did obstruct. Just saying that he can't disprove that he obstructed. It's not your job to disprove. The phrase should be that we could not prove obstruction. Boom, that's it. You didn't prove obstruction. Case closed. He spreads all this crap and then quits. And that's all the news is talking about. Yet everybody else, all the other news people around the world are talking about all the crap that's being said back and forth between Iran and America, or the United States government. They're blocking, they're still, over the past however long, past several months, they're packing the news full of crap. Everybody's worried about this and that, and it's Bernie, and it's Biden, and it's all this other junk. We're like, I mean, who cares about all that other stuff when we've got real news going on? 500 tornadoes tearing stuff up across the country. One little bitty line about it. And then all this other crap. There's something is coming down the pipe. Do not be surprised when you wake up in a few days and all hell has broken loose. That video I did about SHTF never happened, and it never will, because that lemon dude, I guess he was just trolling or something, but there's a lot of people out there that don't believe anything like this can ever happen. There's always going to be diplomacy. There's always going to be a deal. There's always going to be something. No. Our economy, the world economy, is on the brink of a major collapse. There is one guaranteed way to boost, to revitalize, to energize an economy. It has worked in every situation throughout history. You go to war. If a little war's not working, you make it a big war. What happens in war? Food distribution is interrupted. Farming is interrupted. Families are destroyed. Properties destroyed. People die. And money gets pushed into rebuilding the properties, re-establishing food. So even after the war's over, the economy grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. They found a fix. That's what I think. Flying Protection Team Leadership. Who's that? Dad, who's that? Who quit? That's going to hurt a lot, Sasquatch. A lot, buddy. If you get somebody to take you up on it, though, you need to put a video. That be a video. You get to like age restrict it, but he quit too. I didn't know about that. Oh, that's our biggest weakness right now. We do not have the young men and women of the backbone we had in the 60s or the 50s or the 40s or the teens. That's simple. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of whatever. But as a general rule, trust me, I was in a large city today. I was looking at people. I was looking at the turns my stomach to remember all the different people I was looking at. We're so screwed. Mostly, yeah. I don't think it'll go nuclear overnight, but I'm scared to death this time. I'm scared to death it's going to go nuclear. I don't know if it'll go large scale, but if, let's say, Iran dirty bombed something, or they were actually getting the upper hand on an installation where we had thousands of United States personnel, and our only option to shut it down was a ground detonation of a low yield nuclear device. We have those. There you go. Yeah, it only takes forever to load one of those things and get it in the air. It's possible, but then you have to risk the aircraft and the backup to get it to the place to drop it, which it's not exactly, you don't just, push a button and it flies itself over there and does its job. So. Tell me that he's been listening underneath the school desk. Okay. It's a good place, Mr. Toby Boy. I mean, I really hope I'm making a fool of myself, but I just don't know, people. If I was going to fix the economy, this is how I'd do it. I mean, it's not like.
Well, the food shortage is coming.
I mean, there's no food. There's no.
They gotta fix it.
There's no corn. They can't plant. They can't plant the wheat. They can't plant the corn. They can't plant the milo. The only place that they could have made wheat was here this year, and what they grew, they put cows on, and now they're cutting it and baling it for hay. It's not going to be in the food, well, other than milk and beef. Um, Pork prices are skyrocketing. Uh, they went down for a while because they had to slam the market full of dead hogs because they couldn't feed them. So that was in 2011. Now, you know who has a bird that can fly as fast as a bullet, and what is it? What they call it's hypersonic. I mean, it's fast.
Yeah, that's
What's up, Daniel? Everybody shows up for the gloom and doom. Uh, I strongly advise that y'all go to the grocery store, get some more water, get some more food. I'm not going to worry about storing gasoline and stuff like that because I figure all that. It only takes one, so you launch 100. We take out 99. One got through. As far as that goes on the East Coast, I mean, you pop it over in international waters and it does the same thing. Yep. We were just talking about that we need to um, get some more range time in. And that's one thing. Y'all won't see me do gun stuff on my channel because, well, I'm not a gun guy. Uh, I'm not tactical or whatever. I know how to safely handle. I was goofing around. I didn't know Rob was actually going to put that up on the internet. Goof. I know how to use one. I know how to shoot. Know how to take it apart. Know how to put bullets in it. Know how to put the lead where it goes. But I'm not a tactical guy. I mean, my idea of winning a gunfight is not getting in one. And while they're shooting at where I was, I'm going to be running to where I'm going to be. No, I don't need a metal plate up here. I need a metal plate back here. I'd spray painted yellow, buddy. That's how you win a gunfight. Now, if it's Chinese paratroopers or whatever, yeah. But if it's 15 guys wanting my biscuits and gravy and they all got ARs, here you go, man. You want some bacon? But crying out loud, man, it was this. I wouldn't be so worried if they hadn't put up this total crap. Let me see what comes up when I open it this time. Let's see if there's anything new, anything interesting, or if it's all the same exact crap. Exact same crap. Chinese video urges war with USA. There ain't no crops coming out of Arkansas and Oklahoma. Now, a snake bit a guy on the butt or something. Well, he was lifting the toilet seat, so I don't know where he got bit. I don't really want to know. I'm not reading that one. The guy that fathered WikiLeaks is dying after he goes to jail, and all of a sudden his health is deteriorating. That seems perfectly legit to me.
Dave's got this handle.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
Said, I say we send Chuck Norris up to the ISS, whatever, and announce to the world that anyone that causes us trouble, he jumps out and lands on them. That will make it.
That could work.
Okay, that should work. I'll send the idea to Trump and get it rolling.
That'll work. Just do that. You got like a red phone right there. You got a red cell phone, don't you? It's a direct line. Yeah. Hey, Donald. Thank you, Carol. That's a whole lot better than the picture I got in my head, and I didn't want to read it.
Honey, I got bit. Can you get this poison out?
Yeah, honey, I got bit. I need somebody to get the poison out. Yeah, I could tell a joke about that. It's actually a funny joke, but I don't know if it's tell it. Ah, the phone's in your shoe. I knew you were smart.
How many times does this just thump your head? A little cast iron pan. Basically.
Not very many. She has a bigger pan that she uses for that. That's why the back of my head's flat right here. I'm still. It shows that I haven't moved for. I've been circle of death for 23 and a half minutes. Click live, see if it does. Nope. Oh, wow, there it was. It was just stuck. It was still, mine was still stuck on when I said that one word. Nope, there it goes again. Shut down. Whatever. Yeah, I can't have a really hard time remembering that. I didn't really refresh mine. I just whatever. But you can't. But there's just some things you can't say on here. Christopher. Oh, hey Christopher. Everybody I've missed. Hi. Um. I mean, does anybody think anything different? Does anybody think that we're still in the magical land of it's all going to be just fine?
Rainbows and unicorns.
Rainbows and unicorns. And there was an omen today at the Michaels hobby shop thing. Okay, we found, this is serious, people. We found a T-Rex and a unicorn on the same shelf, and they was fighting. Seriously, they were getting it on. The T-Rex was trying to mess with the Rainbow Unicorn militia. Oh, I didn't save it. Really? Well, okay. My phone's messed up. It's annoying. Hold on. I had to pull the other thing up. I can see what I'm showing y'all. See if y'all can see it or not. Oh. Hold on, I gotta do that. The light thing. Oh. 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 Focus. Focus. Focus, grasshopper. Focus. Focus. Focus, damn it. T-Rex is trying to hurt the unicorns. I'm telling you, bad business. I forgot I took all the pictures at the car show. Anyway. Yeah, Dad, that's it. Life is all about the world sitting on the fence. Okay. That's just the way it is. Life's always been that way. I mean, mankind has always been one or two bad hunts away from dying, or one or two bad harvests away from dying.
Jay said that he puts his money on the unicorn. It has a longer reach with the horn than the T-Rex horn.
Yeah, I think that's and besides the unicorn had backup, and I think there was a couple jumping off the shelf to flank him. I think he was toast. There's still unicorns. There's no T-Rexes. I'm just saying. Oh man, if I could go back to high school and know what I know now, I'd screw it up again, but I'd have a whole lot more fun. Um, then, like I say, knowing what I know now, there's several things I wouldn't have got caught doing, dude.
I asked him, was he still on the side of the highway taking a break, but he didn't answer me.
Hey, yeah, Chipper, did you get rolling? You get back to rolling, or are you still chilling, waiting on a mechanic? Mechanic. I'm gonna run get a cup of coffee and come back and try to get back on topic about the end of the world as we know it and stuff. See if I can find a Quaaludes or something. So if we're on the topic of doomsday, I would say massive floods and crop failures throughout the central United States could possibly lead to famine. I'm pretty sure we're on our way to famine. It's not. Dang, what was that? The epicenter for excessive tornado activity has shifted. The rain patterns have followed. The grain belt is going to get too much rain and too many storms for the next several years. I think that famine is inevitable because it's where our grain belt is getting too much rain now. The other grain belt, the one in Australia, isn't getting any rain at all. Africa isn't getting any rain at all. So, yeah. I mean, how long do the food stores last? We need to order some more wheat. I just thought of that.
We're supposed to go get some wheat and
Oh, I forgot about that. So, yeah, let's just go.
well, go help him and it'll be ready.
I just gotta throw that kelp in you. It sounds like work.
Yep. He gave us 5 gallon bucket, or no, 5 gallon buckets.
5 gallon buckets a week, yeah.
He's got more, so we need to go get it.
He need to go get a couple more bags of deer corn too. Just because I can.
Maybe that other corn. It's not as dusty.
Oh, the wash corn from the and yeah, it's only like a buck and a half more a bag. So, and then you know, it actually is probably a better price.
You'll have to wash it.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you don't have, if you have restricted water, do you really want corn that needs to be washed?
Good thinking. That's what I was thinking too. I was going to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, and see, that's I want to build a wind generator and show how simple it is to do, but it's not free. And You actually need a couple of bearings, and well, things keep happening, and I don't have the money to go out and buy the 2 bearings. So I've got the pulley, got the generator, I've got the alternator. The turbine is easy to build, but the shaft, you need a shaft. That's just all there is to it. For mine, there are other ones out there that are pretty chinchy and stuff, and I don't know if I'd buy, do those or not. You've got to get to make the alternator turn. It has to do so many RPMs a minute to produce the voltage. Okay, so if you can't step up the turns to your alternator, it's not ever going to work. And the linkage between the 2 points, it has to be, you have to be able to control the tension, and it has to be mobile. It has to be able to follow the wind. You can do a rotary, a vertical wind thing, but the problem with that is, it's doable. There's so many things I want to build and stuff, but it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Anybody driving by is going to be like, well, that guy's got a windmill. I'm going to go steal his stuff. No, thank you. Now, if I could get my hands on a couple of the old car generators, I'd be tickled. If I had a machine shop, you can do the same thing with a 12-volt starter motor. The only problem with them is heat. They don't have a heat sink. They get hot. Doesn't matter whether it's consuming energy or electricity or generating electricity. When it's turning, it's producing heat. So there's that issue. It just ate. Yeah, and that's my issue. In solar panels, actually, most of them, the panels will survive an EMP or something like that. But the controls, the stuff that actually make them put the juice into the batteries, are pretty fragile. So that's my issue. That's why we are trying to learn how to literally do without stuff like that. We, because yeah, it makes more sense to live a lifestyle where you do not need electricity to keep your life going. Electricity is a luxury. It is not a necessity for life. It could, Chipper. Um, if it's running the generator, the way you can test it, pull your belt off if you can get to it easy enough. Pull your belt off, figure a way to run that belt around a cordless drill. Take the leads off the back of your generator, clip a voltmeter on it. Pull the trigger on the drill. The way I understand it, in alternating current, it requires a magnetic, or not an electrical impulse to create the generation of electricity, to start the creation of electricity, the generation of electricity. All right. A generator, on the other hand, only requires rotation because it uses the stator and the magnets.
Whatever, Chipper.
Whatever, Chip. Just a liar. You're not lazy. Quit. Hey, I'm going to blow this man's. Chipper is a hardworking man of high moral character who likes hugs. Don't let him lie to your ass.
If you ever get to meet him in person, give him a big old hug.
Big hug, kiss him right on the cheek. Mwah! He'll love you forever. That's badass. But I've got a trolling motor. I want to try. Ooh. The thing I told you to do, I don't know why I didn't think about doing it myself. I really want to shut the stream down now. Go out there and take my trolling motor apart and get my drill and see if I can make electricity. Because if it does, I'm in. It doesn't have to be a crap ton of amps. If it makes half an amp, that little booger spinning all day long, putting out a half an amp charge, trickle amp, two amp trickle charge, in a stack of batteries collected off of the highway, I'm good to go. I don't know what I'll do with all that. I guess I could sell it. Put a sign up that says, "Would you like to charge your cell phone?" Something. Cost you 1 can of green beans. Or something. Can't take it back. I already said it out loud, Chip. That's all there is to it. He's actually a high achiever, if y'all don't true. He's a really nice guy, too. He's super friendly. He'll give you the shirt off his back. Don't take it, though, because then you have to look at his nipple rings, and I don't know even where he got those. I didn't even know they made Hello Kitty nipple rings. But so, it was a little awkward. But it's in the past now. Everything's good.
Charge cell phone screen still points because of no service.
Yeah. Hey, that's their problem, man. I get the green beans and the pork and beans and all that stuff. No, it's not bourbon. It's cough syrup.
Yes, help. Nobody's.
Yes, Savage. You've seen him too? He showed you? I thought that was just between me and him. That's messed up. Chipper, are you? I didn't even know you'd met Savage in person.
He does Instagram.
I'm gonna have to follow Instagram closer, I guess. Quit getting into whatever it is you're getting into. All right, that explains a lot. I was looking at all the possible things that could go wrong with the world. Okay, HTP put a link up on in his community section on the stock market, which I'm not any good at. It's got numbers and words together, and I have a form of dyslexia, and I can't do it. I forget it. That's why I don't. That's why I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars as an engineer, because I have to put words and numbers down on paper. Okay, I can make anything. I can tell you what's going to fall apart and what's going to stand up. But
You see Savage?
yeah. So, anyway, but looking at that and understanding what I could of it, the stock market is poised to crater. Okay. Now then, there's another part of that called futures. Okay. One of the biggest things traded in futures are grains and fibers. Okay. If, let's say, the biggest cotton producing part of the state of Texas was getting too much rain, they couldn't get the cotton in, they didn't make a crop. Fibers, the cost of fibers are going to go sky high, but there aren't going to be any to buy. Those fibers have already been sold to an overseas investor, China. Okay. So China will benefit from that, but not us. Okay. China actually produces more cotton than we do also, by the way. The food futures, pork bellies, which are the price of them, the futures prices are gonna go sky high. But there's not going to be anything to back them up because there's not going to be any pork. Okay? Or everything out there is poised to come crashing down. So, yeah. Then we've got Russia's not real happy with us right now. China is definitely not happy with us right now. North Korea is going, nanny, nanny. Nobody's looking at me no more right now. That's not good. Iran legitimately believes that because Trump said we can't fart with North Korea right now. We're busy. So now Iran thinks, oh wait, they're busy. They can't do anything. Guess what? We're not that busy, Iran. It's going to start circling again. Just watch. Do you have a Dollar Tree in your house, in your neck of the woods? It's $1 a bag. So every time you walk in there for $2, you can get a bag of beans and a bag of rice. Baby, can you bring me those totes? There you go. And
The ones we just got.
yeah, the ones we just got on the show. I don't think we've ever showed them that. Don't bring me one of the full ones. That would be silly. Those are heavy. What are these? $9 or $8?
Somewhere up in there.
These, we get them at Wally World because we got a Dollar Tree in Wally World and a Dollar General. That's their choices. We got China, China, China. Okay, that's your choice.
Well, we got Family Dollar, Dollar General, and the Dollar Tree. We got $3 stores.
Okay, we can go to all kinds of China places, or Echo and Echo, whatever. I don't even know where these are echoed at. Booyah, bitches, made in America. Anyway, um, these, it's 2 totes for $8 or $9, and I'm so proud of myself right now because they're made in America. How much? We can get 20 pounds of rice in here, and then 15 pounds of beans in each one of these. And we're not going to say that they slide right under the bed, because that would be silly. We vacuum pack the rice and put it in there. Vacuum pack the rice and the beans. We take the rice. Rice are carbohydrates, okay? And beans are proteins. We put the bouillon cubes, the beans, the rice, and a little bit of sugar. Because plain rice is disgusting. But you can boil rice, throw a little sugar on it, and scarf it. And there you go. So, it's not hard to prep. You just have to decide you're going to prep. And you don't have to put the stuff in the totes. How many of you people actually drink Folgers coffee? What's Saison? Saison?
Not enough, but we do have some unprocessed.
We have some unprocessed honey. Not enough. But that's for making mead, not for putting on rice. I'm just saying.
Westwind, are you okay?
Are you okay, Westwind? Is it your crotch that's wet? How long were you out? Did you spill your energy drink? All right. Well, you said you was gonna go get pizza and energy drinks. Did somebody steal your pizza while you were down? Man, that'd be messed up. You fall down the stairs and somebody steals your pizza and energy drinks. That's messed up. You need to talk to your neighbors right now. That's crossing the line. What? Now Chipper and LS are going there. What are they talking about? Did anybody ever tell me what that Saison was or whatever?
It's Puerto Rican seasoning.
Oh, I'm not Puerto Rican, man. I just look Puerto Rican. Okay.
the beans?
I've never
You
had.
can put the beans.
You can put the beans if you want to. We put the rice. We put rice in the freezer. We put the wheat in the freezer. We freeze everything before we put it up. It's just prudent. We overdo it because we freeze it, we vacuum seal it, and we store it. Okay. The little critters that hatch out in your food, they need air. If there's no air, they die. You might have a couple of kernels that get chewed up, but then they're toast because there's no oxygen. So, but we overdo. Yeah. We dropped the car off to get the windshield done and stuff today. Then we walked around to some shops and everything. Well, we're like halfway to the first one. I was like, man, my knee hurts. But it's not hard to prep. I mean, need to start eating more eggs though. Uh, we've got our flock is greatly reduced, but we have some seriously resilient chickens out there. We need a rooster. We don't have a rooster. Get a rooster. I don't want a rooster, but we need to get a rooster. 18. Exactly. Just tell them good night as they pass. Um, I don't think a freshly hatched weevil or whatever those things are has the strength to chew through those plastic baggies. We need to inject new DNA into our goat herd. Chicken wire is really not that expensive. I mean, it's not free, but it's really not that expensive. Yeah, once you cook it's not like they're maggots or something. I mean, just cook them, eat them. I grew up eating white and brown rice. Every once in a while, one of the rice had a black end on it. Just eat it. Eat it. He is roughly in. You're the Atlas. You're in the Houston area, right? Or don't want to get everybody confused. I get people confused on their location. Did you eat all them peppers you brought in a while ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you bring in vegetables a while ago? Or was that last time? Oh. And it's still soaking wet around you, isn't it, Atlas? I mean, have y'all got any break in the weather at all? I mean, y'all haven't been getting like downpour. It's just stayed raining though, hasn't it? Pretty much. Up there, yeah. We used to get whooped for that. We'd get caught in the garden and we'd be out there picking them off the vine, eating them. They're always telling us to eat our vegetables, okay? And then we get whooped because we're out in the garden eating our vegetables. Mixed signals, okay? Consistency. Parents need to work on that. Savage said he missed it by a few miles. Daniel, you still in here, Daniel? Daniel got as my judge. You still in here? Did you get hit by that? Were you in that tornado stuff? Yeah, we need to get out there and harvest some of the collards.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking at
What would do with chocolate mint? I don't have a clue. I eat chocolate mint cookies. That what? Yeah, we have 6-foot wire and then a hot fence over the top of it around ours. Cool. I guess Daniel got as my judge bailed on us. We're not big tea drinkers around here. We drink coffee. I'm drinking coffee and tequila right now. Yeah, we got Cody flats all over the place around here. They lay on the highway for a couple of days. They're flat. Dude. It's like you can pick them up like a pancake, like coyote frisbee and stuff. It's kind of gross. There's that, Gilbert.
maybe it'll keep some of the other people away.
Yeah. Sound will give you away. Everybody will know you got food. He's got beans. He's also got gas. I don't know. I was just making a joke. I was actually griping. I want to set my live trap for some groceries. Just got again. And somebody doesn't run over, which I'm glad they did. Somebody got a fox and a small bobcat on the highway, like 2 miles. Hey, Killdeer. Coyote Flats, Texas. I still don't know why they call them wheat berries. Yeah, we've got an individual that he did that, but he's doesn't require them anymore. And he's been gifting a lot of that stuff that's got a 25 or 30-year shelf life. It's guaranteed for 25 or 30 years, and it's only 8 or 10 years old. So he gets his from over yonder the other side of Dallas. He's got access to one. We could talk to the LDS here and see if they do group purchases. They might. I don't know if they would let us in on it. We could talk to them. They'd probably freak out. You can't talk to us. You're Baptist. Yes, I can. Excuse me. Oh, that's cool. They're really not bad people. Uh, I have found over the years that good people are good people. All right, Dad, you doing to bed? You gonna go do rocket science now? I don't even know how long I've been on here, but all BS.
77
How many?
77 minutes.
Oh, stop making. I mean, don't quit living. Do not run off and go crawl in your bunker and close the door and weld it shut. That would be silly. Okay, but then it's not time to grab your backpack and head for the hills. Considering going to work in a local Walmart or at a local feed lot or something like that in a small town in rural wherever, and living on a little turn of the century, or living in a little turn of the century house with uh, its own well and 2.5 acres might not be a bad idea. Yes, Jay, I've seen that. I don't know why they call them wheat berries. We have low cover wire enclosures in ours. We don't have a top on it. And we don't have eagles here. All we have to do is worry about a hawk, and a hawk can't leave the ground with a full grown chicken.
Baby.
Yeah, we've had them take the babies.
We have the little one. We don't have any little bitty ones now, but when we did, we put them in the one that had the top.
Yeah, but the tops are open now, and that's we've got a couple of the hens that have taken the rooster's job, and they'll call whenever something flies over, and they'll head for the cover. So Yes, we have owls, and they freak me out every time they fly by. I know where they nest. I'm not sticking my head up in there again.
There you go.
Oh. Google Pants says they're botanically a type. Wheat's a type of fruit. We have we got horned owls, hoot owls. What's that white thing that scares the crap out of me? We have ringtail, redtail, and sparrowhawks, American kestrels. We have turkey buzzards, which aren't a problem really. We have butcher birds. We have chaparrals, which are a problem with baby chicks. Wouldn't think about it, but a roadrunner will run in and snatch a baby bird in a heartbeat.
Which made me sad because then we had to chase the roadrunners off, and they've
Yeah.
been here for years.
There's still a couple. They don't come up in the yard anymore.
Yeah.
The last couple I didn't actually do anything but chase them off because they do a service. Did you copy and paste that, Tipper? Or did you actually type all that out, Mr. Smarty Pants? All right, Truth Weapon. I can see you. Good night. Oh yeah, we have those Mississippi kites too. We hardly ever see them here. They usually stay in town though. They're more of a bug chaser than they are anything else. Now the red-tailed hawk, they will bust up a chicken, a full-grown chicken. All right, Uncle Al, have a good one, man. We'll get one more cup of coffee. Anybody got any questions pertaining to anything important and whatever? This, y'all think about it. Don't ask any more questions about Chipper's Hello Kitty nipple rings. Apparently, he's sensitive. I've seen one eagle in Texas, and that was 27 years ago. flipping. What they nested? The Roadrunners had two different nests on the property.
3 hours later, after she quit texting, she texted back, "Sorry, I didn't think of you as much of an adult anyway." I was like, and I care what a foul-mouthed teenager thinks? Question mark.
Yeah, she hasn't had the best whatever. So, and it's fine. I mean, yeah, family drama. Oh, that was a ladybug larva. My bad. I'm a bad person. Tequila foul. I've seen eagles in other states. I just hadn't seen them here. I saw the little Mexican eagles down when I was in San Antonio. I tried to get them on video, but man, they were fast. They were doing the river. They're like some kind of fish eagle or something like that. They were flying down the river. You could tell when they were coming though, but getting them on video when they're moving that fast, it was hard to do.
April, the Giraffe Cam Animal Adventure Park is live with 870.
Who is?
April, the Giraffe Cam. I don't know. It's on the little thing down here below.
Oh, I get.
Telling him I suggested I could go watch a giraffe.
Go watch a giraffe do stuff. Jipper. When I was in 8th grade, uh, our school mascot was the eagle. Okay, that was the bald eagle, and my math teacher, who was a really good guy. Okay, he really was. He was a good guy. He didn't have no hair. Anyway, was getting on the bus to go to an out of town game, and the man's got no sense of humor. We're all sat down, and I keep wanting to say his name, but I don't want to. I mean, there's no need for that. Anyway, he gets on the bus and he sits down. He's going to drive the bus, and somebody, not this guy, put a halo on my head. I'm not going to claim this one. Yeah, okay, it was me. Pops off. Hey, that's not cool. They're making the mascot drive the bus. And he was quick. He picked up on that boom like that. I didn't get to go. I was just in the band. Flaming Halo, yeah. All right, LS, and your alter ego needs to stay off my truck. upstairs. That's okay. I got on the other bus. But I got permission. The band director said go get on the other bus. So I got to ride with all my friends anyway. I was in band, but I hung out with everybody and on the team because, well, my mother was positive that I would wind up crippled if I played sports because, well, all my other brothers did. And she refused to sign the waiver, the permission thing, or whatever. Actually, I got off the short bus and on the long bus. Har. Much love to you, babe. And she has been full piss and vinegar lately. She has been like freaking weed whacker from hell. She's been cutting me down to size every few minutes lately. Well, it's not that bad. Just like once a day, twice a day, maybe 3 times.
Even better.
Yeah. Well, I grew up, I never could understand why we had all them giant buses. We had there may have been 20 people get on each bus to go home. But then after season started, don't laugh, the buses got fuller. So keep me under something. I was a natural born troublemaker. It's just all there is to it. Yeah,
That's what they told me about my boys too.
Yeah, that's what they tried telling us about the boys. That's what they told me. Because I had, for financial reasons, um, I got sick, and my mother and my brother went and put everything they owned in hock so I could have an operation. So I didn't die. And after I recovered from it and stuff, and I'm in school and stuff, and then I'm listening. They didn't know I was in the other room. I'm listening. They're trying to figure out how they're going to make the loan payment and stuff. So I went to school and I dropped out and switched from working 20 hours a week to working 40 hours a week, and just gave the money to my mom. Then when the note was paid off, the next year I went back to school. Uh, I walked in and told them what was up and everything, and they set it up to where I could take I had no electives. I was taking 2 English classes and 2 math classes and something else. Anyway, I was taking all my requireds for my 10th and my 11th year at the same time. I was maintaining my GPA. I was not an A and A student by any means. It was a lot of work, but I was keeping it in the C's and the B's. I was touching A every once in a while. I was doing the work. I was getting it done. And I kept the job. I would work anywhere from 30 to 40 hours a week. But one day they told me that I had to quit leaving the campus during my lunch break because it was against school policy. I said, well, I have to go because during my job requires that. And I was running irrigation at the time. I had to run the irrigation before I got to school. I had to run it at around noon, around midday, and then I had to run it again immediately after I got out of class. And then I would have to run it again around midnight, and you see how it works. And I was never late for getting back from class. I had 40 minutes. I mean, as soon as the bell rang, I walked outside, jumped in the truck, ran and did the irrigation. I was skipping lunch to get this done. I was making this happen. They tell me I've got to do that, and the guy goes, plus we're going to need you to get a haircut. We have rules, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you're telling me I've got to not do my job to stay in school, and you're telling me how to wear my hair. And there's sacrifices that have to be made. And he said, there's sacrifices that have to be made. And I went off like a rocket. I explained to him what I was doing, walked inside, took everything out of my locker, walked in there and put it on the principal's desk. And I said, sign the paperwork for riding me out of school your own self. I'm gone. He followed me all the way back to my truck. No, we can work this out. No, we can't. I never did go back to school. I went a year and a half later, walked into the GED place, said, I want to take the test. Passed it with, I bumped the 90. I got like 89% on the GED all the way across the board. Yeah, and I'll research that whole haircut rule in the New Testament or whatever, and in the book, it's this part. That's why he mentions, what does nature show? Pattern baldness, top of your head, not the sides. Matter of fact, if you want to get all biblical about it, this side of this part of your head, you're never supposed to let scissors or anything touch it, as well as your beard. You're not supposed to. I mean, this part here is supposed to be just as long as everything else. That's, you see the Orthodox guys with the braids down. So, yeah, they'll tell me that a short hair is clean cut. That's that's the reverse mullet thing is not a Christian. I actually kept my hair reasonably short. This is about what it looked like on the top. I always kept a little bit on the neck, but he was telling me it was touching my collar. It's just, and I would have got the haircut, but he did the whole sacrifices thing or whatever, and he had no idea. So, anyway. I started wearing my hair long in the back because I was working up on roofs all the time. I was a hail chaser for about 3 years. And the first time I got sun poisoning on the back of my neck was the last time. You run June, July, and August up on a roof in the panhandle of Texas. That's not sunburn. That's sun poisoning. I mean, it's your hair. Wear it however you want to. Some of the soy boys and stuff really need to think about getting a dude haircut, though. Roofing could be used as a form of punishment. Yeah. Don't care what kind of haircut you got as long as it's a dude's haircut. And ladies, make sure you're wearing a lady's haircut. Avoid the chicken butt if at all possible. No, I guess there might be somebody out there that actually likes that on you, but Wayne, you just need to let your hair grow out, man. Do you imagine how much street credit you're gonna have with that beard and long curly black hair? People are gonna be like, "That dude knows what he's talking about, man." I'm telling you, he's smart. You can just be out there going blah 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 blah, and people will be like, "Oh." You'll have people walking around the street going blah 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 just because you look like you own it. I'm telling you, do not cut that hair. But he's like, raw. I'm telling you, he's got it. He's got it going on. Hey, Zach. Uh, I'm jealous of them face whiskers. Ain't gonna lie. Him and my boy, man, my boy's got this instant big bushy beard back already. This is I actually it's I usually shave my hair on the top. Not shave it, but I cut it down about half an inch for the summer. But it's not summertime yet. This is I'm growing mine back already. I'm quarter of an inch. I may keep it trimmed this summer, but I like to have the beard on my face during the summer because you splash water on it and the water stays. Around here, it works because it's like having an evap cooler on your face. We found a white hair in Taijo's head the other day. All right, Chipper, have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to get off here pretty quick, too. I gave up looking for my bourbon. I'm going to get some sleep tonight. Or something resembling it anyway. Instantly, the minute it's gone, you're like, oh, what did you do? This, I got the grief from both granddaughters, so that's probably it. My wife hates facial hair, but she tolerates it. Says this stuff's 80 proof, but I don't think so. Broke. I think the bottle broke. Ain't driving. That's cactus juice. Anyways, folks, if it's something you know you're going to need, put it up. Buy extra. Every time you go to the store, buy something extra. These little magic things here, ibuprofen, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough magic night pills. Okay, maybe in double dose, but I need to go to the RV section, get some more of them RV water pill. Has anybody stocked up on any of those? Has anybody bought any of the inline RV water filters? They'll even pull the chlorine out of city water. I seldom do. This is it was either that or B. Well, Wes and entertaining this evening. So I'll do another video. I've got 2 of them out there about the daggone things. Stupid easy. They're cheap. They were $20 for a 2-pack. They'll do. They don't do a lot, but I haven't had one stop up yet. So I don't think the amount of gallons they say they'll do is what they'll do. But they'll do 15,000 gallons. And, you know, filter the rainwater, ditch water, whatever, and then boil it. Uh, I drink occasionally. I usually only drink when somebody else is drinking with me. I never allow myself to lose who I am. Some updating to do. Is there anything weird in the news going on in your part of the world, Just Aid? Your news is completely different than ours. Yeah, I've always been able to take it or leave it. I know people that can't drink and shouldn't, and I try not to drink. Well, actually, I don't drink around them. They have no idea. Um, I've tried to keep up with a couple of guys that were in the military a couple of times. I ain't doing that crap ever again. Both my older brothers that are still alive were in the Navy at the end of the Vietnam War or whatever. And is there anything in y'all's news over there about what's going on in Iran and all that? I think some of it, Atlas, is that you're get through the boot camp, you're pretty much taught how to keep in control of yourself. So it's a little harder to lose control of yourself. I really want my mag, for lack of a better word, tribe, whatever, to have some veterans in it. I really, really do. Bilderberg's meeting in Switzerland this weekend. Oh, that sucks balls. drinking water with your shots does a whole lot more than save lives. It saves livers, stomach liners, intestines, bladder, kidneys. You guys are nuts. Maybe, I don't know if I'd have survived. I guess it's a good thing I didn't get in. Yay, Trazel, you're still alive. How's the weather over there, man? Y'all swimming or what? God, I hate firewater. Whoever invented cinnamon schnapps needs to have their butt kicked. I used to drink a lot. And when I was doing it, I would always end my night with 3 Tylenol. Wake up in the morning, big glass of water, 3 more Tylenol. Take 3 Tylenol before I went out drinking again. And then, it was always doing the 3 Tylenol rotation thing or whatever. It caught me one day and my liver shut down. So I don't do Tylenol. Yeah, that stuff's gross. Like gold slugger or whatever. Now I watched the old gal get drunk off gold slugger. Well, that was worth it. Down with a little bitty red dress, and then she started drinking. The more she drank, the less the dress fit. And by the time we got her home and in bed, she didn't have dress on anymore. Remember that part? Did I lose you just Dave? was married to a bartender. She wanted to try a new drink. It was me who had to drink it. Actually, that wasn't too bad. Anyhow, I'm checking the news to see if we're going to war yet, real quick. You okay, Sadie Bird? Just checking furniture. Yeah, let's do it this way. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sadie. Not allowed to dig and touch. Yeah, there's a new one. Yeah, German intelligence says that Iran's trying to get weapons of mass destruction. And the U.S. warns China to avoid tanker in breach of Iran sanctions. Huh? Just keeps getting better and better. No, ma'am. I said no. Come on. I take my dog out. Hold on. Come on. I will bust your chops. Hungry, I'll feed you. All you have to do is ask. Anybody ever seen an obese dog? If you've seen my dog, you've seen obese. No, that's my brain. That is our air conditioner. Nothing but high quality stuff here. Not in my bedroom. Later, Delaware. The 5th of November. Been surrounded on the beach. It was a little embarrassing. But I'm going to go dig around in the news some more, see if I can ruin my night further. Yeah, I'm still getting comments on one of my older vids that just these people don't have a clue. They won't read the description to save their life. They watch the video or probably don't even watch the video and make comments, and you're just like, okay, you're really not making yourself sound smart here. Um, oh, I thought you were saying goodnight, folks. You want to go outside? Don't you look at that plate. I will smack you. That plate is in the trash. No. No, I'm not. No, not wincing on it. Make you sleep outside. Y'all be sleeping outside anyway. You eat all your food. You ate all your food. No. You just mooching. You keep it up. I'm getting me a new dog. Look at that. What do you think about me getting a new dog? Tell the Lord. Go outside. Let's go outside. Come on. Oh, that dog will hold it until she explodes. She won't bark at the door. She just lays down and looks at it. Like, I can't see you laying down and looking at the door from the other room. She hangs out in the evenings with us and then she goes back outside and sleeps. That's the way she wants it. All right, Robert, have a good night, brother. I emailed you back. You know, how did the conservative right get lumped in with the alternate right anyway? Yes, sir. I emailed you back. Unless you emailed me since I emailed you back. Didn't believe you did. Possible space. Take my mirror off real quick. Nope, I emailed you back when you haven't emailed me back, so we're good. Good night, Zach. Um, my dog is spoiled, but it's weird. I had to throw her lazy boy away because it got all broke down and stuff. Yes, I give my dog a piece of furniture. She now has a futon, and it's hers. It's just the way it is. Well, mine's doesn't leave partially eating anything anyway. She will not get in my chair when I'm in the room, but if I leave the room, when I go to bed, she'll get in my chair. I've had her for 2 years, and she has yet to get on my bed. I have a paper plate in the trash that has uh, the drippings from the ribs I had, and she wants me to let her lick it, but it's in the trash, so she can't have it. It's just the rules. Yeah, so anarchy is not no government. Anarchy is self-government. I believe in anarchy, true anarchy, governance of oneself. To govern oneself, one has to have a set of rules. To govern oneself in a society, one has to govern oneself on the rules set out by society. That's a biblical precedent. Anarchy is not everybody for themselves doing whatever they want. But I don't know what that is, but that's not anarchy. Anarchy is self-governance. Yes. Yeah, it's chaos. It's not anarchy. Anarchy is a structured thing. Um, criminal element want anarchy because then they think there's no rules. We are as close to an anarchical society as you can get and still be a society. Because we said, okay, these are the rules. This is the Constitution of the United States. This is what we shall make all of our rules based on. We shall make our rules, they shall be based within these parameters, all of them, so that we can remain self-governing. If you, once a rule has been made within the arc of the covered by the Constitution, and you break a law that's made in within that arc that's legitimately constitutional, then you have broken your own law. So you should turn yourself in. If you choose not to, it falls upon your fellow citizen to make sure that you go to jail. I hate that it is considered taboo to narc out your friends who are doing something illegal. There is, if your friend's running drugs, you ought to call the police your own self. If your brother is, your mother is, your wife, your husband, call the police. Put them in jail. If they're robbing banks, you ought to call somebody. Whatever. But that's not the way it works. And that's why the no rules people are making further and further, whatever. For all to follow. If it's not the police's job to arrive and fix the problem, if we're supposed to be governing ourselves and we realize we're doing something, hey, I'm infringing on this other person's human rights. I'm infringing on this other person's civil rights. We should not be doing it. Smacking your wife around because she didn't have dinner on time, shouldn't be doing it. She's got a right to be late with dinner sometimes. So if you can't stop yourself from doing that, the police should show up and take your butt to jail because you infringed upon another person's civil rights. Their constitutional right to pursue happiness. I don't know if that's actually right, but it's in there. If somebody's breaking into your house and say the police arrive and catch them before they get out with your stuff. Okay, they prevented them from getting out of the house with your stuff. What do they just let them go? Okay, he didn't get the stuff. We're going to have to let him go. We could go back 150 years and okay, he was in my house stealing my stuff, so I shot him. Okay. Yeah. I hope your wife don't see that, Alan. I guess I hope I don't. My wife ain't still listening. Honestly, that didn't come out exactly right, did it? Oh man, I got to the second. It was taking me a minute. And that's the one we're gonna have the biggest problem with because they're gonna try to bust that one all to pieces. Guaranteed. I don't even have any young berries. Why? I don't know, boss. Not a very good tree person. To keep the government from taking over. I like the one that says, what do you call it? Property protected by a high-speed wireless device. See if I can come up with some words of wisdom to leave y'all with. As a free and self-governing people, it is not only the right of each individual, but the responsibility, the duty of each citizen to promote, to protect, and to live within the laws of governance set by that country. Our country, the United States of America, is the only country that has a set of principles and laws that are supposed to be based on a constitution giving each of us as citizens the right to be free, the right to be individual, and the right and responsibility to be responsible for ourselves. If we choose to lay down and not fight for it, we do not deserve those freedoms. We have never been dutiful to our responsibilities. I think it's time that we all more diligently seek to be dutiful to the responsibility of being a citizen of the United States of America. That's simple. No, it's not. I miss Ronald Reagan a lot. He brought down the wall. And it's like everybody forgot there was ever a wall and there was anything to fight against. And the next thing you know, instead of us defeating communism, we just let it spread all over the damn place. Exactly, Delaware. God bless y'all. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. I'll be back on Friday night. We'll try to have a panel of people together and we'll talk about some stuff. All right. God bless.